We're live. Go ahead, Mike.
Warning, the following content is not intended for youthful ears. Ideally, no one under the age of 18, because we swear a lot and have heavily biased opinions and stuff. Stuff for adults, opinions, that. Anyways, we are well aware that our opinions are not facts. We have that going for us, at least in spite of everything else. But we do enjoy what we talk about, and we love our own passions.
Yeah. What's going on, guys? We're Far Side of the Pod. My name's Jordan. We got Ridge. We got Caleb.
I see you. Zap.
And we got Mikey.
I think I'm getting worse at this, but I'm trying.
And today we got a lot to talk about. We missed last week. I needed to take a mental break day, but sometimes we all need that. So to kick off with this week's podcast, we're just gonna have a little local love, I guess, to spread around. We're gonna mention some Dollywood. Looks like we got a possible new ride coming in, Ridge. You want to explain to that a little bit?
Well, I mean, you explained it fairly fucking well. We got a new ride coming to Dollywood. It's being built, if I'm not mistaken. I hope I say the name of the little area correct, in Critter Country or whatever. Fuck that new
I think
kid zone's at, right?
Yeah, it's the kid zone that's like right in front of like Lightning Rod. Like.
Oh, okay, yeah. All right. I don't remember the name of that though.
No, it's closer to Mystery Mine.
Oh, is it? Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, you remember where I think it's where the old Fortress place used to be.
Oh,
with
yeah. Okay, yeah.
Listen,
the gift shop
Listen,
and the splash
you,
pad there.
you turn left, and it's up a little fucking hill because they love to make you walk.
Yeah.
Dear God, yes, they do.
And of course, it's sitting in a big open area that they have, in my own opinion, fucked up with the train ride that goes through there, because the train, used to have a great scene of, pure nothingness that you would look at. At one point, there used to be a show way up there, too.
Now Big Bear Mountain's up there and shit.
Yep,
And,
yep.
now it's just theme park that is all you're going to see now.
Yeah.
But anyway, so back up in there, back behind that roller coaster, even, I believe, is where they're building this new, eventually, it's what we're all speculating is a new indoor attraction. And it is their largest building yet for an attraction to go in. Big enough for a roller coaster, but we have no fucking details on this. All we know is that the framing for it is up. What I like to call the skeleton is up. We have the bones of it, and eventually we'll have walls going up and around it, and a roof going on it, so that way we can't see what the fuck's going inside there until somebody takes a drone around and shows us.
And knowing them, it's probably going to be like Dolly's Great Smoky Mountain Adventure or something like that. Some ride and something like that.
We already have that, Slater. It's down.
Well, Steve.
So,
Man, they took out the motion seats. Like,
So-
why?
I'm going to open up the floor to you guys real quick. What do you guys think it's going to be? What do you hope it's going to be? Is it going to be just another kiddie ride? Is it going to be something that you could care less about? Give me your guys' input.
Well, I said one of my ideas, I guess, like some kind of like 4D roller coaster going through the mountains of Tennessee, which they do have something like that, but it's been down for a while. Also, it could be some kind of like dark ride or something like that, maybe. But other than that, I don't really know.
Caleb, Maki.
Hold on, I'm looking up that quote from Steve Buscemi in Spy Kids.
while while he's doing that, I just now thought of something. I'm not 100% sure. Slater, you might be able to look it up, or Caleb. I think that the theater, now that I'm thinking about it, is no longer
It's no longer when I was
theater.
I was there. I was there
Which theater?
on Christmas, and
Which theater?
He's talking about the place that had the 4D ride.
Oh, okay, okay.
It's-
So the one
It's
that
a gift shop,
the,
ain't it?
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
the whole area is like a
okay.
Dolly Parton experience now.
It's where they used
I
to do
think-
that one Christmas show that's like the classic people used to see, like the God, I forget who they were, but
You're
I
thinking
know what
of,
you're talking
you're
about.
thinking of the small theater because they've got like 2 performance theaters, but what he's talking about is where the 4D ride was.
No, they got like 3 different fucking theaters, as far as I know.
Yeah, that's right. There is 3, but the where they
But
had that
the-
Yeah,
4D
they've got
ride.
like 4 actually. I'm
That's
pretty
where
sure.
they had at random SpongeBob
Yeah.
ride at a couple of times.
Yeah, the motion seat ride where you rode in and it was the
Yeah.
Quest for the Lost Pickle. That's what it was. And then they had the Polar Express, and they had the one where you I forget. It was where you flew over. Yeah, rode to the mountains, flew over the. Yeah, it was that guy's machine or whatever. So
yeah,
I was mad they took that out.
It's like there's like 3 buildings where it's like a Dolly Parton experience where it's like got like some of her like memorabilia and stuff like that, kind of like a Dolly museum type thing.
I was thinking they took it out. But anyways, Mikey, I can't tell if you're ready to talk or not. I keep on seeing your little screen go green.
It could be from one of the 2 fans I have in this bog nuts
Gotcha.
ass room,
I
or
knew he was gonna say that bog nut. Yeah,
or
it's
it
not
is your
small
own
bass,
echo.
everybody.
It's one of the 2. I'm gonna take a wild guess here and say it's one of the fans. I don't know. When it comes to Dollywood, maybe it's because I'm 25 and fat and have little to no joy in my life when it comes to whimsical things. But
Leftover.
you want me to walk around in bog nut ass weather all day for half the rides to not close over my thighs, and it's uphill both ways? Nah, I'll just stay home. Keep your $100 ticket.
You think
Love
this
you,
is
Dolly.
worth the
Bye.
swamp ass? You think this is worth the swamp ass?
Oh, it's
Listener.
awful. It used to be worth a swamp ass.
Listeners, if you're out there, it is never worth the swamp ass.
Unless it's Universal
Never.
Studios. Unless it's Universal Studios.
Okay, yeah,
Or
that's fair,
Disney
too.
World.
Or Disney. Just throw on some.
I've never
gold on.
been. Never
Okay.
been, so I can tell you. But
So,
in my opinion, I was gonna say, honestly, with the track record of the things they've been coming out with lately, I haven't personally enjoyed some of their ideas as of late. As I've stated twice or 3 times already, that I did not agree with the decision to take down the 4D rod with the motion seats. I was pretty upset by that one because they did some really cool stuff with that, and I feel like that's something that should have stayed. But honestly, if it's an indoor ride, I'm starting to think like this is going to be Dollywood's version of "It's a Tiny, Tiny World." That's what that's
It's
the
a small
impression.
world,
I'm
dumbass.
yeah, or small. Yeah,
I was about to chew your ass out over that
I
one,
don't know
boy.
Disney that
Alright.
well.
That's like the most iconic
You guys
ride at
know
Disney.
me. Yeah, I've never been to Disney, so.
Okay, you'll have to go to know the actual
only
words to
been to
that
Orlando. I've
fucking
been to
song.
Look, I've been to Orlando Studios, the City Walk. I've been to Disney Springs. That's the closest I've got to Disney, right there. Been to Disney Springs, and I've been to Dollywood and Six Flags. That's it. Never been to Busch Gardens. None of that stuff. But I'm just saying that Dollywood's decision processing lately, as I said, I haven't agreed totally with, and I expect it's going to be something kind of like that.
Yeah,
So
I could see that.
you know what I mean?
Dear
I mean,
audience.
it's with their track record.
Dear audience, thank you for joining us and patiently listening to Caleb's Kids Bop rendition of It's a Small World,
Bro,
where we have to sing it a little differently because
I'm sorry.
we will not
I don't wanna get
survive
copyrighted,
the unlubed
guys.
dildo of copyright from Disney.
hey man, you know
Like Pinocchio just jammed his nose in my face and started lying like crazy.
you know the Duloth Guild from fucking Shrek.
Oh yeah, I know the Duloc song, but I've watched Shrek
that-
like 100 million times.
That's literally taken from It's a Small World.
Well, yeah, I
Off of
figured.
it.
All right, so
I saw the opportunity to make a Kids Bop joke. I had to.
it was good.
Well, also, I think the Tiny World thing came from I think it's actually done on a cartoon episode I watched that was like making fun of it.
Probably. All
Probably
right,
Family Guy.
Oh, it was Family Guy. That's what it was. It was Stewie. Yep.
all right, so getting away from Dollywood because
Hold on, hey,
you got
real
more?
quick.
All right, well, hold on now, brother.
I didn't say my 2 cents on what the ride was going to be.
Oh, that's right.
I opened up the floor for everybody else.
Table, Ridge.
Jesus.
God.
All right. So, on a slight serious note, I don't know how serious it can actually be ever around here. To me, I'm kind of on par with Caleb to a certain extent. I don't think it's going to be an exact replica of It's a Small World, and B, It's a Small State, or some shit like that in Tennessee with a bunch of Dolly Parton animatronics and a bunch of little hillbilly animatronics and everything. But I do imagine, or given the location of where it's in a kid's area, given that it's a big ass fucking building, and given that there's already 2 roller coasters sitting over there as is, I think that it needs to be a boat ride.
You know what?
I
You know what I just thought about?
What's that?
It could be like something based off like Dolly Parton's Imagination Library, like the train and shit like that. Like going.
Brother, if we're going to do something if we're going to do something train related, you can use the fucking big ass train that's already outside.
I mean, point in case. But...
You have nothing to look at on that thing anymore.
No.
At one point, you had a show. Up at the very top of that hill, you had a show where the train would stop to watch the show. It no longer happens. They took that away. It became you looked at a nice open area. I can't complain about looking at a nice open area. It beat looking at the cluster of the theme park for a little while.
Yeah.
And I thought, it would make sense to occasionally put some random shit out to fill that area that can tell a story while you're on the train. And if I'm not mistaken, at certain points on the train, it wasn't animatronics or anything, but they had little, I'm going to call them statues, but they had a little prop set up of black bears. They had props of a moonshine still sitting off to the side. That I'm pretty sure at some point used to blow smoke out of it. I'm not 100% sure. But that gives something for that train to do. So let's put a train experience with the train.
Well, I kind of...
Sorry, I didn't mean to rant over that fucking train while we were talking about this dark ride that they're trying to build. Anyways, we need something cold in that area because, you have us all out in the fucking heat outside in that area for the most part. I think the most shade is underneath the giant, well, not giant, but mid-sized fucking tree. Other than that, you ain't got shit.
Nope.
So let's build a boat ride. Fuck it. Let's build a boat ride that allows you to get moist on it. So that way you got some mist or something that sprays on you. Let's cool us off.
Yes, because it wasn't enough that I got to walk around soggy and humid.
Lord.
That's the reason why I said mist. Let's just make it misty. For that matter of fact,
We can make it fire to the Bahamas.
No. The fucking, what's it called? I can't think of it. Fire in the...
Fire
Yeah. It's a Blazing Fury. Or,
no, not
what?
Fire. Blazing Fury, yes.
Yeah, it's Blazing Fury.
They just now brought the water back to that ride this year.
Well, yeah, they renewed it. They went through and redid a lot of the stuff to it.
For fuck's sakes, update them animatronics too. Good God, I'm tired of looking at mannequins that y'all have robotic shit in.
That stuff needed an update. That thing had been that way for God ever. That place, that ride was inspired from when it was Silver City Mine. Whenever before Dollywood became that park.
It's still the shitty fucking animatronics. Let's upgrade those fuckers. I'm about to throw them all into that Jurassic boat ride down the road.
I was literally just about to say it's about as bad as the Jurassic ride.
It really is, and I'm ready to throw them all in there. Fucking sakes. Anyways,
Right.
also that gives me the idea. Sorry, this is the last thing I'll say, and I'll shut up about Dollywood for right now. I know at one point, early on, while they was looking at building the coaster, there was talks about building a indoor water ride right there. That's the reason why you have that little cave, the flooded cave.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It's a nod to ride that they were thinking about putting right there. So maybe we get that finally over on the other side of the park.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm done with that.
All right.
So, in conclusion, good golly, Miss Dolly.
Exactly.
It ain't her fault.
All right. So on to the next segment. We're going to get into some wrestling. So.
Oh yeah.
So the last episode we talked about how they released R-Truth, and like we were talking about how we really didn't fucking understand it, but it looks like
Yeah, we didn't fuck it up.
So it looks like us fans brought a movement that we got Truth back, but the thing is, we didn't get our Truth back. We got Ron Killings.
We got the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but.
If you haven't kept up with, Ron Killings, before WWE, he's a TNA Hall of Famer. Like, this man is a great.
I mean, K Crush.
Well, he was K Crush in WWE, then he was K Quick in WWE, but in
K Quick, K Quick too.
In TNA, he was Ron Killings, the Truth.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like we're getting Ron Killings back, and he's doing this whole thing where he's saying that he loves R-Truth, but R-Truth is giving him the reins now. Like, he is in the driver's seat.
Yeah, I'm driving now.
So
I love it.
And that kind of goes into our next part. We're getting one of my personal favorite feuds of all time, but we are getting the John Cena versus CM Punk feud again. And
Let's go.
Which we knew was going to happen on the last tour, but it's very reminiscing of 2011 Money in the Bank run. There on this past Monday, was it Monday or Friday? It was Friday.
Friday.
My bad.
Friday.
So, on Friday, Punk and Cena cut a promo, and Punk pretty much said, you're kind of sounding like me, you want to leave the company with the belt. You're
want to ruin wrestling.
You want to ruin wrestling. Just you're acting like CM Punk, and he cut this whole promo saying that how dare you call yourself one of the Mount Rushmore people. He goes, how dare you put a whole Mount Rushmore of yourself, but let alone once, and shout out like Terry
4 times.
Yeah, and he shout out like Terry Funk and Eddie Guerrero and who was the
Bret Hart, Harley Race,
and Harley Race. So we're getting some good shit going on. We brought up before the podcast that all we need is a Cena pipe bomb. But looks like
we don't even need a Cena pop bomb. We could have a Punk drop a pop bomb 2.0.
Hell, I'll take it.
I'll take that all day long. Punk's pop bombs. There's no one who does the pop bomb quite like CM Punk does. Don't know why.
They don't call him the voice of the voiceless for no reason.
Well, he's always been good on the mic. He's so good at communication, and he's very smart, and I like how he's able to rebound after all the things that's went on that led up to him coming back, and this be something that we're going to get. This is you get nothing. Well, we got this, and this is awesome. So
was that whole segment led into R-Truth eventually attacking Cena, which was that the second time that he attacked him or the first?
Yeah, I think it was the second. No, that was I think the first.
So yeah, it looks like Killings attacked Cena twice. Of course, he went to Aldis and bitched about it. And it looks like, I think I heard that next Friday is going to be Punk versus not Punk, but Cena versus Killings in a street fight. or something like that?
I don't know what the stipulations are yet. I don't think they said anything immediately that night about it, but I know that he did set it up for it to happen on Friday night, and it's a non-title match. So, I think there's a good chance that Ron Killings is going to end up winning because we've only got so many dates with Cena left, and if you notice, he's starting to lose a little bit of that grip he had.
Yeah, so I wonder. Like, I mean, I don't really want this to be the end of their feud, but I just hope it's not.
I don't think it is. I think it's going to take the whole universe going against that man.
All right, so anybody got anything else to say about wrestling?
The man with the Pepsi tattoo speaks, and I listen.
All right, so on to the next.
How is it that we can make a movement on, something like R-Truth coming back and Cody Rhodes getting his main event match, but we can't get a movement on other things like pushing Karrion Kross?
Oh my god, dude! You took the words right out of my mouth.
That's very true.
Yo, my god! I mean, come on, this dude. I love Karrion Kross. He is so good. He really is. He's great in the ring, and he's an amazing intimidator and a great bad guy.
I think they'll get something, but it's like y'all should have done something already, in my opinion.
I doubt
Exactly.
he will, just because he is coming. Like, his contract is about to come up. I'm worried that they're about to release him. Yeah. Unfortunately,
that would be stupid because I don't think he'll go anywhere else.
No, I think he'll if this is his second time being released, I think he'll stay gone.
Yeah.
If they don't renew him. And also, I want to say this very quickly. I am tired of WWE in general saying that they don't listen to the fans online, that they listen to the fans that are there at their shows. Bullshit. I've heard this before. Triple H has said it, and before, Vince McMahon, Stephanie McMahon, and Shane McMahon have all stood in the ring and said that they're going to listen to the fans, and they never fucking once did.
No, they got.
If you could show me where they sat there and listened to us, we would have had a lot of different things going on.
The thing is, they just admit that they, are listening to the fans. I mean, they're
listening to all the fans.
That's the problem. Is
I know they are
not admitting it. It's like, even at the press conference after Truth returned, he was pretty much like trying to say it was all all in the works.
Even if you are listening to the fans at the slightest, then listen to us more whenever we tell you what we want.
Right.
Well,
because we wouldn't have had a ladder match that everyone was clamoring for to be at Mania, and whenever it was announced that it was going to be at SmackDown, the whole entire stadium fucking groaned.
Yep.
And so did everyone else at home. You're not listening. You are slightly, because you can't avoid it all, but you don't listen the whole time. You listen to your advertisers first, and boys, get ready for a shit ton of table spots too.
Yep.
Oh god, yeah.
You're gonna really fucking love that.
They're gonna shoot a lot of those tables and ladders now. I'm just glad that there's not a Cash App or a Cash App logo on the damn Money in the Bank.
There was.
There was.
Yeah, but not for Seth's at least.
True.
I mean, there's at least that, but I get it for Tiffy Tom. Whatever, cool. Triple H always didn't really care for that thing as a prop. He said he liked the concept, but he didn't like the prop. So, I mean, maybe that's why he's like, I don't really care if you do it or not.
That's everything, even the fucking ladders.
Oh my god, that's what that did.
And for too long, you're gonna have the fucking barricades getting advertisement on them too.
They do during the matches.
Yeah, they do.
No, I mean the corner barricade that everyone's starting to break now.
Oh, true.
Oh, okay. Well, don't be surprised if the table starts putting them on too.
The tables do.
They already do. That's why I bought that beforehand, because of snap into a Slim Jim, snap a table for a Slim Jim.
I was talking about the announcer table, like, you know how it's got the LED set up.
That's true.
It used to, and now it's like
Anyways.
now I'll say this: they did make the announcer table way stiffer.
Yeah, but
So there's a positive to that, but because it looks way better when someone hits one of those tables. But you know, I'm okay with advertisements, but I feel like they need to be they need to be in the right places because eventually they're going to keep pushing the envelope, and we're going to end up having fucking ads on fucking championship belts.
oh, I swear to God.
Just
Oh, if they do that,
limit
I will
them.
never watch WWE again. I will never buy anything. Nope, done. They do that. 'Cause
Just
you,
limit the amount of ad spots that you have on shit.
yeah, just
Sure,
limit
put
them a
one
little
on the
bit.
ring, and sure, put one on the corners of it. Sure, put some on the aprons. But don't make every single fucking thing have to have an ad on it that people have to use. The
Like when
kendo
I watch,
sticks are going to have a fucking
uh,
cricket on it. And they're going to be green now because cricket.
Let's get on to the
For
next topic before
long,
we.
the fucking entrance ramps is going to be a shit ton of ads that you're walking on.
Okay, but the
quit
snapping to
from
the skin gym
glorifying.
table thing is kind of funny.
We went from glorifying what WWE is doing with CM Punk and everything to absolutely shitting on their advertisement decisions.
Well, let's just get on to the next segment so we don't go on for another hour for this.
Yes, you know we will.
All right, so we're gonna get into some movie discussions, and we're gonna start off with a more comedy side. We are getting Happy Gilmore 2, which we knew, but the trailer released, and it looks phenomenal in my opinion. I know some people have some things to say about it, but who was it raised on Adam Sandler, and who doesn't love Happy Gilmore? And I'm just excited to watch this. As a kid who grew up raised on Adam Sandler, this is going to be nostalgic to me, and I just can't wait to watch it. One thing that we got to bring up as wrestling people, it looks like MJF is playing one of his sons. Then
That's one of the great things about this.
and there's like a buco amount of people that's going to be in this movie. Like Bad Bunny's playing his caddy.
Yep.
A shit ton of like golfers like Bryson DeChambeau, Jordan Spieth, Scotty Schaefer. John Daly's going to be in it.
That's another great spot for it.
And of course, the almighty Shooter McGavin.
Shooter McGavin's coming back. Looks like they got Boban Marjanovic to play like what I'm guessing is going to be the son of the boss that he accidentally like shot a nail into his head.
Oh man, yeah, that would be great.
It's either the son or he's like playing the same character since the guy passed away.
Oh yeah.
But either way, that's a cool callback. I did hear the possibility of Sydney Sweeney being in it as well, so we'll have to see what she has to do with it. But either way,
Well, I am now more vested.
I'm super pumped for this movie. I'm excited to see Adam Sandler do Adam Sandler shit, and do the little voices and shit. So I'm excited.
Oh yeah, what you gonna do today?
Now, what do y'all think about it?
Reminder to all those that might not know, this is only going to be on Netflix whenever it comes out.
Yeah.
Netflix doesn't know how to release things into theaters yet. I think that they might be like having a small release window for whenever they eventually do Chronicles of Narnia. Other than that,
Man.
we'll save that for later.
Yeah, I'm gonna cause some hell on that one.
I think the only the only big takeaways for me with this movie is you got MJF and John Daly in it.
Yep.
I also think I seen Becky Lynch in the background on one shot, and I think also one of the Bella twins was with her.
And Travis
I wouldn't
Scott,
be surprised.
not Travis Scott, but Travis Kelce's gonna be in it.
So, there's a bunch of celebrities.
And honestly, I would not put past Taylor Swift being a part of it too, because one, Travis Kelce, but I know that Adam Sandler and his kids are really big Taylor Swift fans, and that's another person. One of his daughters is playing his daughter in the movie, I believe, as well. So,
So
yeah.
Sounds
yeah,
like it'll be a pretty good time.
Oh yeah, I mean, like I said, to me, Adam Sandler never disappoints. Even if it's not that great of a movie, I still enjoy it. So on to
Even don't mess with the show hand.
I love Don't Mess
Okay,
with Johan. I just watched that the other day.
I'm gonna let the one stinker I know that has Adam Sandler in it go. I'm
Yeah.
gonna let that one. I'm gonna let that one be the exception, and I'm gonna move on with my life. Adam Sandler don't think about me like that. I ain't gonna waste time thinking about him like that. We keep it real around here.
All right, so the next
What
movie.
movie?
What?
Mikey? Which one?
Huh?
Which movie is the stinker?
I was thinking Uncut Gems.
Okay.
Oh.
I mean, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's.
I thought you were going to talk about the giant spider one.
Oh
Oh yeah, that one.
no,
Too.
I'm not going to render judgment on that one because I didn't watch it, and I'm not going to.
Okay.
All right, so the next movie
On-
we talk about is another fan favorite coming back. We're getting Spaceballs 2. I mean,
Yeah.
we got the little teaser trailer for it, and it was pretty fucking funny. Saying like, ever since the original movie, we've had the rest of the original trilogy, a prequel trilogy, and a sequel trilogy, and
Sequel to the prequel.
then like TV shows and. Then the top brought up
Harry
Avatar,
Potter remake.
Harry Potter and remake. Like it's a bunch of crazy shit, but we're getting it back. And the big thing about it, to me, coming out is, of course, we're getting Pullman back. And of course, the big thing for me is Rick Moranis is coming out of retirement to reprise this role. And I even saw that 98-year-old Mel Brooks is going to be in it. Reprising his
Yeah,
role,
he's reprising Scroob, and he's going to be playing Yogurt again. So, yeah, I mean, that's awesome. Getting the main three out of the whole thing that you'd love to see out of that movie is going to be great. The only thing I'm really hoping is that they'll get Michael Winslow.
Yeah.
Because he was in it too. So,
the big thing that I hear about this movie that interests me the most is, we're getting, Mr. Pullman back, but it looks like we're going to get Lewis Pullman in this movie possibly. And, I'm going to shout out Straw Hat Goofy on this because Straw Hat Goofy, literally a few hours before they announced that Lewis Pullman was being discussed to be in Spaceballs 2, he made a video saying how crazy would it be if they cast Lewis Pullman in it and he can be like the Kylo Ren-esque character. So he literally called it.
yeah.
So, but yeah, I think that would be really funny having Lewis Pullman be like a Kylo Ren-esque character, he could be like the predecessor to Rick Moranis. So.
And,
you think they're gonna call him Kylo Man?
What if they call him Bob? Like what if his name is fucking Bob in the movie instead of Ben?
Apparently, there's a joke going around that they want to talk about like possible Guardians of the Galaxy reference, and someone said, "I swear to God, if they don't call Groot Yogurt, I'm going to be very upset."
Yeah, that would.
Or Gogurt. Yeah, and I was like, bro, that would be genius. But at the same time, I mean, like what you were saying, like just getting Rick Moranis to come out of retirement for this movie means that this movie is going to be a banger.
Yeah.
He wouldn't do it if he didn't think that this movie actually meant something for the times. And knowing their long set, like I said, I really hope they get Michael Winslow back. That would be really cool. I'd like to see maybe possibly one of the people that played one of the quote unquote assholes in one of the scenes. That would be pretty funny. And Colonel Sanders coming back. I don't know if that guy's still alive or not. I have to look that up. But if he's still alive, boy, it'd be great to have Colonel Sanders back.
And I wonder what they're going to do with John Candy's character too. Like I wonder if they're going to have.
That's going to be hard. Yeah.
If anything, I think that if his family approves it, we might be able to pull off a Force Ghost with him.
Yeah, that could be.
Oh, I mean, yeah, that's true. Yeah. Or no, not Force Ghost. The Schwartz Ghost.
Yeah.
The Schwartz. But also, someone mentioned they missed a very opportune moment to play off of their original movie, an advertisement, which was a home marketing design where supposedly the movie comes out before it's even finished making, and how
Oh
funny it could have
yeah,
been for them. Yeah, you probably saw that, didn't you?
like that whole scene in the movie where they're like they find the Spaceballs VHS and they put it in there and they're like
Yep.
fast forwarding. Where's
He's
this? He goes, this is now. And he goes, what?
like, now, sir. Everything you're seeing right now is happening now.
And they're literally on the screen as the same exact scene that's going on in front of you.
Yeah. And they said, what the guy was like, what if they had already made this movie, announced it for 2027, and then dropped it for streaming services, and then came out with a theater release in 2027 as if the movie had just been finished making?
That'd be weird.
That would be hilarious, though. That would, because that would play off of the last joke in the movie. And I was like, man, that would have been hilarious, but it kind of defeats the purpose
Yeah.
of selling the movie. So
All right, so on to the next movie. We're gonna get into some horror talk. Finally, some good stuff, man. All right, so the one thing we didn't talk about on the last couple podcasts, I believe, is we got the trailer for The Conjuring: Last Rites. We're getting the final movie in the Conjuring universe. Of course, this is going to be about Ed and Lorraine's last case, and it's their most dark case yet. I can't remember off the top of my head specifically what it was about, but I mean the trailer looked phenomenal. I mean, I'm a massive fan of the Conjuring series. I mean, to me, the only movies that I don't really like in it is the first two Annabelle movies. But other than that, I think this franchise is one of the most consistent and one of the best horror franchises, at least of this generation. Of course, we're going to get to see Farrah Farmiga and Patrick Wilson return as Ed and Lorraine, and it's going to be a sad moment for me, just because I love them as Ed and Lorraine, and I think Patrick Wilson's one of my favorite actors. So
yeah,
I'm excited.
he's been in a lot of good films.
I'm excited to see how this movie turns out, and I hope they do it well. What do you guys think about it?
Dude, I've been waiting for this movie to come out. I'm ready for this one. I think it's going to be really good. I'm hoping that can, for those that didn't really like the last one, the Devil Made Me Do It.
Yeah.
I really hope that this can be the one that gets people back into liking The Conjuring and really ends on a high note for it.
As long as it's better than The Nun 2, I think we'll be fine.
Let's be honest, the third one was good, but the second one was just like not good at all.
It was all right. It was just they just went over the top with that one.
Yeah, it just didn't feel organic.
Yeah. But yeah, Mikey, I know you're not big into horror, but what do you think about the Conjuring series?
I think, even though I'm not big into the horror genre, certainly not as much as you and Ridge, I will say this much about The Conjuring as a whole: how utterly fantastic.
Oh yeah, man. I mean,
I mean, in it, that sounds like glazing, but I don't indulge in these movies like you guys do. I don't. And it's almost hard to really explain why I think that these movies are great and why I want the next lineup, the next upcomer for this series to be great, is because I've not quite seen as decent, damn near literal paranormal representation as good as I have in the Conjuring movies.
yeah.
These are movies about real events.
And I don't care what anybody says. I hate when people talk shit about Ed and Lorraine. It's like, look, if you're a paranormal fan and you hate on Ed and Lorraine, then why are you a paranormal fan? Because they're the reason why the majority of your favorite investigators investigate. Like, they're the reason why paranormal investigating is what it is, in my opinion. I mean, yeah, of course, we've had the Ghost Hunters and Ghost Adventures crew, but these are the OGs, so...
It all tracks back to the very first, the photo of the Brown Lady, or the Brown Lady of Random Manor.
Yep.
I mean, that photo alone was what sparked a national reasoning to start doing that kind of stuff. And Ed and Lorraine Warren were the people to make it a very public thing and their investigations were just so crazy and out there that, you know, people would think, you know, oh, there's no way that's true. But the overwhelming amount of evidence that goes along with everything and the witness testimony,
Yeah.
like, you got to put respect on their name for basically publicizing the supernatural.
Yep. And I will say, keeping on the Conjuring topic before we go to our next one. Look, so I'm sure I already said we got re-invited to Scarefest this year, but let me tell you, they're gonna have the Annabelle doll there, and I'm gonna be avoiding that shit like the plague, brother.
Oh yeah.
I might look at it from a distance, but I don't want to look at her. I don't want to look at her, man.
Yeah, I've already decided you're on your own on that one.
And apparently they're having like an after party thing where people can like it's they're investigating the fucking doll. Like, hell no, bro. Like, look, I love that kind of shit, but that
Dude, you know how I almost had a heart attack when they said, "Oh, we lost Annabelle somewhere."
Yeah.
That whole rumor that floated around, boy.
Look, Annabelle's a different breed, man. I love Jesus. That's all I'm going to say on that one. All right. So,
I just wanted to say I think this new Conjuring movie would be really good before we move on.
oh yeah, sorry about that.
No, you're good. I just wanted to say, I mean, it's like the Insidious saga. Like, Insidious is a great
That's another
series,
Patrick
but The
Wilson.
Conjuring,
That's another Patrick
yeah,
Wilson.
Patrick. I mean, it's the same guy, yeah, but it's just, you know, whenever you hear Conjuring, Insidious, you go watch it.
Yeah.
You pay to go watch it.
All right, so on to the next horror movie. We're going to talk about some greatness here, and I am excited about this. It is starting to look like Saw, the franchise, is going to Blumhouse. But they are saying that Lionsgate will still have a hand in it, so that's good. But it looks like Blumhouse will be the one producing them from now on, possibly. So that means Saw 11 is still alive. And, like, I saw some things. There was a convention here in Kingsport a couple weeks ago that the guy who played Hoffman was at. And he apparently told somebody that the game wasn't over. Like, he's still saying that. So, looks like we're still going to get it, and I'm excited. Saw is one of my favorite franchises of all time. I love the story behind it. I know a lot of people just see it as torture porn, but you really got to see the story behind it and the greatness of what Jigsaw does and like his the motives and shit like that. So I'm super pumped to see what they do. Hell, I don't care if it's a new story. I don't care if it's going to be in between a different set of movies like before. Hell, if you got to go back to the end of the 8th one or the 7th one and have it that Hoffman somehow made it out of the room after Dr. Gordon shut him in it and we can get Carrie Elwes back too, then God bless. I would love that. But
That would be cool.
I'm excited to see what they do. Ridge, what do you think?
Okay, so two things from me on this. One, this looks really good for HHN in the future.
Yep.
All right, that means we're going to get more we're going to get more Saw houses. It'll be kind of hilarious if they do a 3D Saw house.
Yeah.
Just to play off of Saw 3D. I know everyone loves that Saw movie. Also, something that I think would be hilarious to do at some point, even though I know we just kind of poo-pooed on the company, is somehow get Triple H in Saw. Am I the I was about to say, am I the only one that thinks that's kind of funny having Triple H the game
That's funny.
in the
That would
game?
be pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Caleb, what do you think, brother?
I'm excited. I mean, it's a Saw movie, man. You know, Saw. But while some people might say, "Oh, there's There's some Saw movies that are good. So I personally think they're all good in their own right. And you've got more iconic ones, but the last one I thought was really good. And I was like, okay, I'm excited again.
Look, they
And
had
then it was kind of left in the air whether or not it was going to happen. We haven't heard a whole lot about it, but that to hear that this is going on, I think it's going to be cool to see also what Blumhouse brings to the table for this franchise because being the reputable producers they are,
yeah.
I expect them to create a damn near masterpiece.
Like hell, I mean, they had to go and make a masterpiece with Saw 10. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's literally, I mean, my personal favorite in the franchise.
That movie saved the franchise
Yeah.
from basically disappearing.
They blew everybody's minds with it. Like everybody didn't think it'd be that good, but it literally it brought it back to life. Like you said, it brought the love for the franchise back.
I think the way they did it, just everybody thinking that, oh, this is where John Kramer meets his actual end, and then it just twists that big twist in the end.
But the thing
That
is,
really, I think,
we've seen
was
John Kramer
smart.
die, so
Yeah, but at the same time, this
but
this was something that the way they did this was good.
Mikey, what do you think? I know, like I said, I know you're not big into him, but what do you think?
I think this has the potential to be in fucking insane.
Oh yeah. I mean, getting
Just
And
don't fuck
I
it
don't
up.
know. I don't know how much how much more I can emphasize that compared to the rest of you guys, but I just when I think about Blumhouse acquiring Saw, in my head it's like, oh, you thought it was bad before, it gets worse, and bad is being used as a positive adjective for that,
Yeah. Just don't. My thing is, don't give it a Halloween Ends thing. Don't give it a fucking.
I say, can I throw caution to the wind with that?
I mean, look what they did to Halloween Ends. I mean, though I liked it, look what they did with The Exorcist Believer. I mean, there's a possibility that this shit could fucking suck, but I really have high hopes. Like I said, if they just continue with Hoffman, like whether he's alive after the 7th one or we're doing another flashback movie, whatever, just do it right. That's all I want. And though I like Spiral, don't give it a Spiral treatment. That's all I hope for. On to the next movie in the horror talk. We are going to talk about the studio bidding wars that's going on between Monkey Paw and Jordan Peele. We're also get Taylor Sheridan and Paramount, who also, if you don't know, he did the Yellowstone and the Landman and all those shows and shit. We're also getting A24 with Glenn Powell and Neon with Oswald Perkins. To kind of break that down, I know A24 is wanting to do more of a series than a movie, and I know Glenn Powell wants to be in the movie, but he's pretty much said that if they decide to do a series, he's not going to do it. And I think that, he'll produce it, but he won't be a part of the show. Which, to me, I don't think they need to do a show. I think that's too much, in my personal opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
What do you think about that, Rich?
So I said I had two earlier before we started. I had two different people that I think that should get it, but for some reason right now it's hard for me to say one over the other more so because I'm afraid he's going to take it some odd fucking way that's just not going to settle well.
I know exactly what you'll say. I think.
I was about to say I'm not 100% sure, but so my first, well, in no actual order of number one, number two, I think Paramount with Taylor Sheridan, or however you say his last name. I think that's really a good option considering the fact that he has a really well accomplished Western style and country styled shows already. With Yellowstone and all the different spin-offs of it and how well they're all doing. he's got the backbone for something related to Texas. I think
he has his own ranch. I mean, he's a Texas
right.
man through and
So
through. So I'll
he
give you that.
he has the backbone for it and has the more so understanding for that, and I'm sure, especially since he's like all these guys, I'm sure in their own ways, but especially for him since it's Texas Chainsaw Massacre, he probably grew up seeing this as his horror movie, right? Since it was a Texas movie, he's from that area. This is his bread and butter that he wants to try to dive into.
Right.
And in the horror aspect, we haven't seen him go down this way yet.
Right.
So it'd be very interesting to see his take on it. The other one for me that I'm having the back and forth with is Jordan Peele.
Yeah, like the more I think about that, it kind of gives me, like, if you watch the 2022 one, they had the whole thing about turning the town into like a tourist town and shit, and I just feel like, I mean, I don't know how you're gonna say it, Ridge, but my thing is like, I feel like if Jordan Peele, which, if you know me, Jordan Peele is one of my all-time favorites already. I mean, I just love the guy's mind, and his movies are absolutely amazing. But I just don't want them to turn Texas Chainsaw, which I don't really care for Texas Chainsaw that much as Ridge does. But my thing is, I don't want them to make it a whole race thing, Because,
I don't know if he'd make it a race thing.
I mean, I'm not saying it could be a complete race thing, but it's like, I don't know. It's like, how fucking over the top the Texas Chainsaw movies can be, and
Right.
I just don't want it to be an over the top thing like that. Like,
to me personally, I like his work to an extent because there's just some shit that I don't fully understand with what he tries to do with it. Does that make sense? I mean,
well, the thing is about the Jordan Peele movies is they're psychological horror. Like, though there's, like Us is got more of a slasher-esque taste to it, but it's still
right.
very psychological. And yeah, you can incorporate that in the Texas Chainsaw movie, but
Texas Chainsaw isn't.
Like, when we think about Texas Chainsaw, we're thinking of brutality. I mean, hell, think about the original movie. It's still banned in some countries. Like,
yeah.
When we need a Texas Chainsaw movie, we need the gore, we need the brutality, and shit like that. We don't need more psychological because that's not Bubba. That's not, that's not Leatherface. But
so,
yeah, I can understand where you're coming from.
To me too, and another option. They're all kind of good options. The only options that I'm not 100% sold on is Neon and Netflix.
Okay, so I'm sorry I have not let Caleb or Mikey say anything yet, but I gotta bring up fucking Netflix. First of all, if Netflix goes and does this movie, I'm gonna be so fucking pissed off. Because
why?
Like I
want to hear why.
Like I said before, I'm not the
Did you
biggest.
see the last one that they did?
That's what I'm getting to, bro.
Yeah.
Like, look, so the last one, it had its parts, but the whole fucking thing, I mean, the whole point of the story was people from California, LA or whatever, was moving to this tiny town in Texas to make it a tourist town, and fucking Bubba comes out and just starts slashing and gashing. And the thing they did in that damn movie is they brought back Sally, the original girl, just to have her get murked. It's like she don't even get, like, I mean, we get Sidney Prescott back in Scream, and she's about to get a whole nother trilogy. Fucking Jamie Lee Curtis and Laurie Strode came back and got a whole nother trilogy. But Sally Hardaway comes back, and she gets just looked stupid. Like, she showed up like she was a badass, about to blow some bitch's brains out, and just gets murked. Then the ending scene of that movie alone, like, the only good part of that movie, in my opinion, was that bus scene where, he comes up into the bus and everybody's on their phone. He goes, I'm about to cancel your ass. And he just goes mowing through people. But the ending of that movie was so fucking hot garbage. Like you think the sisters is gonna get away, but one sister gets pulled out and decapitated. Like, come on, bro. Like, the shit was.
So you think that's? I was about to say that part made me laugh.
Yeah, it was not like it was goofy. Like that's what like it was goofy in my opinion. Like, and this is gonna be my personal take on what I think they should do with this movie. When you look back at all the Texas Chainsaw movies, the part that really takes a lot of it away from me is like, and I've seen some people say that they want this person to take over it, but a lot of the Texas Chainsaw movie has like a very Rob Zombie-esque shit to it, like the over the top nasty stuff, the like just the weird shit that I mean, I get like there needs to be weird shit because they're an inbred family, but like I don't know, there's just like even in my favorite Texas Chainsaw movie, the remake with Jessica Biel, there's still shit in it that just makes me go, why was this needed? Like the over top sexualized shit and just different stuff like that. I just want a movie about some insane inbred dude that's got no nose and shit like that and wears people's faces that just brutalizes people in his crazy fucking family, you know? Like how the original one was. Like the original one was perfect. But like,
Can I say a few things real quick?
Yeah.
Okay. If A24 was to do it, they need to make a movie of it.
Yeah, no doubt.
I think A24 making movies on something like this is a lot better than them doing a TV series. I don't necessarily see how you can make this a good TV series.
No.
I mean, maybe there is a way, and I'm just not seeing it. But I can more so see, and I know this sounds stupid, but I could more so see Saw being a TV series.
Yeah,
over.
for sure.
Well, that's because Saw is
It's
a thriller.
Yeah, it's a crime. It's like, yeah.
It's a thriller. You can do you can do episodes because a lot of thrillers and dramas leave cliffhangers, leave you on the edge of your seat. That is by design. So of course it makes sense to me, if Saw were to be a TV series over Texas Chainsaw, because there's a lot more room for cliffhangers and suspense in a movie that is part god awful body horror and violence that has a lot of thrilling suspense and stress compared to ring ring ring.
Right.
Now, listen, we're also saying that this couldn't be a show, but yet we're about to get a show based around it.
And we're
with Welcome to Derry.
And we're getting the Friday the 13th prequel series.
So, I mean, it could probably be made.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying it couldn't, but it's like I don't think it should.
Right, that's a big thing. Okay, and then the other two things I kind of want to touch on real quick with it is, I know it's like no one's a fan of him whenever it comes to his movies, but Slater, you talked about him, and then I sat there and thought, well, yeah, I actually want to see that. I would not mind seeing a Rob Zombie Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie.
I don't think it would be horrible, but
I think that would be pretty fucking fun.
But it's just like,
if you're going to,
it's hard to watch a Rob Zombie movie in my opinion because he always throws in some like out of fucking nowhere rape scene. Then there's like so much racism and it's like there's a point to those movies. Like I can stomach the Devil's Rejects barely. I mean, I love House Thousand Corpse. I love 31. I like those movies, but it's like, I don't know. I'm just tired of that trope, I guess you could say. Like, the trope of the over-the-top sexualized shit, the over-the-top... I mean, the 2000s horror shit,
If you wanted to make a Texas Chainsaw Massacre feel like the old classic ones, what you gotta have? You gotta have the over-sexualized things occasionally. You gotta have the unnecessary bloody fucked up shit. You don't have to have the one thing that you were talking about earlier.
Right.
We won't make mention of it again. But still, like, just from certain characters that he's done with House of a Thousand Corpses and on that brand, dude, it kind of fucking fits the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh, no doubt, no doubt.
If you think about some of them characters from it, it's so much on fucking par.
I mean,
I think.
Look at the way he did Michael Myers. That's the takeaway from his Halloween movies. Is Michael Myers was so fucking brutal in those movies. Like, he's the biggest, he's the strongest, he's like out of bounds, huge. I mean, hell, Tyler Mane played him, so like that tells you how big he is. And it's just like, I mean, I know a lot of people like Zombie Myers from H2, though it's the worst Halloween movie of all time.
I think the worst one's X.
It's
Or no, that's Jason. That's Jason I'm thinking of. I'm sorry. I'm throwing different Halloween movies or different scary movies together now. All right, we're getting into classic slashers way too much. Okay, last thing I'm going to randomly throw out here. If you're sensitive, by the way, y'all going to have to get the fuck over this, all right? Because this ain't what this podcast is about, all right? But give me a Leatherface that you can kind of tell has Down syndrome.
yeah. I mean, like we mentioned, they're an inbred family. Like,
Because that's one of the big things with him is that a lot of times that's how they try to portray him as like the backstory kind of with him, but you never fully see the character's face. You always just see the other faces that he wears. But can we somehow, some way, make it seem more so like he does have Down syndrome? Whether it's you have a actor who actually has it playing him, or something.
It's just like, I mean, with somebody that is like that, there should there should be like easier ways to coerce him, or like try to like there should be like a soft spot in him, even though that he can snap right back out of it.
Instead of it just being or they kind of try to give you that idea with him at the end, just randomly swinging around a chainsaw in the air and yelling.
Or like just the random family members, don't touch my boy. Or like, it's all right, Bubba, get back down in the cellar.
But I mean, like, let's give him like, try and make, fuck it, have it like, so that way we know, have him throw that "you can't see me" or something. Like, have him throw up that John Cena thing, so that way we know.
Shout out Shane.
And have him obsessed with like some good looking girls that are coming around his house too, and like he wants to touch them because he sees their nice body and that's as close as he's ever gotten.
Imagine Shane Gillis playing Leatherface and just doing the hand movements.
Dude, I'm sorry, I've just now thought of something fucking wild.
Right.
For a person.
Just
yes.
now? All right.
Yes. Just now thinking about this, and then I will shut up about Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Just now.
What if you had the director over the Terrifier movies do this?
Oh.
Ooh, my gosh. Dude, yes. I'm down with that.
And he would be so down because he's already said that he would like to do a classic horror franchise. Like, I know he brought up that he would love to do the Friday the 13th franchise, but, Peacock is on that.
I know, like, he would not be able to throw enough money at this bidding war.
Right.
But, I mean, if you look at how he's managed to do certain things with Art the Clown and peeling the flesh off, and, like, it reminds me of the scene of him peeling the flesh off of the girl and wearing it around. I see that as something that Leatherface would do.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's what I was gonna bring up. Is like,
I mean, Leatherface dressed as a woman at one point.
Like we're talking about somebody who is, like you said, Down syndrome, inbred family. Like he's got something wrong with him. He's on the spectrum of somewhere. So like plus he's a brute. He's a brute. So why don't we have him literally ripping someone's face off and wearing it, and not surgically cutting it? Like, that's just my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, we spent a shit ton of time on that one.
Well, Caleb, you didn't say what you thought about it.
I think A24 would be a really good production company to pick it up if they would do it as a movie. I am down with 100% with the director of Terrifier being involved in that movie as well. But my one worry, I like for Taylor Sheridan and Paramount, I like it. He's never went down the horror route, so I don't know how that would work. But also, he's gonna play the sheriff.
Yeah, yeah.
100% gonna play the sheriff.
Yeah.
He always inserts himself at some point in everything he does, and I get it. At the same time, it's sometimes you're just like, okay, it could have done without him.
But
But
honestly, like Rich said, with him knowing Texas like he does, and
yep,
how much,
yeah,
and hell, the original house is still up, so who says that we couldn't use it?
yeah. It's. I think personally, I would choose A24 before Paramount and Sheridan, but
It's just,
we don't know. We don't know. I just don't think Jordan Peele would be a great idea for that.
no.
I think he does great films. I just don't think Texas Chainsaw is I don't think that's in the same thing he's trying to do.
Right.
I just don't think it'll work.
Either way, just as somebody who's not the biggest fan of Texas Chainsaw, I want it to blow me away. I want it to be good. So on to the next segment. We're going to get out of the horror movies. We're going to talk about the Fantastic Four. Ridge, you got some information about it, brother?
Just a little bit. Alright, so Fantastic Four movie tickets went on sale, I think 2 weeks ago now or so.
Something like that.
2 months, or I think it's 2 months, before the movie comes out. We're getting the tickets already, and the pre-sale happened, and whenever all the tickets went on sale, a lot of websites and a lot of movie apps crashed all at once off of people trying to grab these tickets. So it's really good that we're seeing this happen. That means that a lot of MCU fans have faith in this movie and are really looking forward to what's about to come from this Fantastic Four movie. Also, they released a popcorn bucket of Galactus's head that is going to be $80 if anyone's interested in buying it, and it's also the largest fucking popcorn bucket in existence because it's sitting I think 20 inches wide and 17 inches tall.
I don't know, bro. Did you see that Gladiator 2 one? It was literally it was literally the whole fucking Coliseum.
I think it still is taller than it, though.
Oh, I'm sure it's taller, but not as wide. That's for sure.
It's fucking massive. This thing is huge, and the eyes light up on it.
You're gonna have to buy a whole nother seat for it.
Pretty much. I mean, if you're already taking your family to see it, plan on adding another +1 and spending an extra $100 just to get that. And they also released a popcorn bucket of Herbie, and that one you get your popcorn and your drink can sit in little storage compartments on Herbie.
Yep.
And then is that his name, by the way?
Yeah, it's Herbie.
Okay, I'm sorry. The reason why I sat here and got confused over that is because I was also thinking about the car.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, you said Herbie, and I jumped to the car.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh, right, yeah, no, the Volkswagen, yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense for Fantastic Four. Yeah, he's going to make a cameo.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. That car's in the fucking Fantastic Four movie?
Spoiler alert. And then you also had the Fantastic car is going to also be a popcorn bucket. I know that they've released cups for it where it's different look, has the characters on them in Funko size, like all the other cups that have come out too. And yeah, I think that's about it with that. And now take it to, forgot to mention this. Whenever the tickets finally were able to be sold and not crashing out sites, it became the highest pre-sale ticket to date. And apparently it was doing better numbers already than the opening of Lilo and Stitch and a Minecraft movie. So it's doing really well, and that's great to see as a Fantastic Four fan, as a Marvel fan. And also they released a trailer with it, and I'm trying to think of
the movie looks phenomenal,
biggest,
man.
yeah. The biggest thing that came from that trailer is that you finally get to see Baby Franklin.
Yeah.
Um,
Which is crazy that they're bringing Franklin in because he's like arguably the strongest character in the whole damn universe.
Well, we'll save that for the con.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah.
If you want to hear us talk more about that, join us at the con. We'll get into that later as well. But speaking of pre-sale tickets, Superman,
Yep.
the Superman movie that is also coming out the same month, but I think 2 weeks before or the week before. Not 100% sure.
Something like that.
Somewhere in that time frame. The tickets also finally came on sale after Fantastic Four, because that definitely makes sense to have Superman tickets go on pre-sale after Fantastic Four. That doesn't come out till later. But anyways, it's also doing really well because I think it's topped Fantastic Four, and the last I'd heard, it was 1.1 million higher than the Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
So that's really good. The popcorn bucket's also released for that. They have one of... I'm freezing on his name right now. The dog.
Oh, Crypto.
Crypto.
Yeah.
Crypto. Thank you. I don't know why I froze on that. They have one of him holding like a bucket or something in his mouth.
Yeah.
And that's how you get to sit there and eat your popcorn. I know that there's another theater that's doing just a dog bowl, pretty much, that you get to eat your popcorn out of. Because who doesn't want to eat their food out of the same bowl that your dog eats their food out of? They have another theater's doing a newspaper stand where it has a little article of Superman. It says something on it and you open up the little door that has it's supposed to have the newspapers in it, and that little door in that holds your popcorn. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And I think Regal, it is, that has the dumbest popcorn bucket for it. It's of a popcorn machine and a tiny Superman stretching his arm through to punch the popcorn machine.
That's weird.
How that makes sense, I don't fucking know. I don't know why that was the idea that they went with, because out of everything that you could do, really, come on now. But anyways, I digress. They're both doing really good in pre-ticket sales. That hopefully means that the average ticket sale and all the other sales after do really well. And both of these movies just do fantastic, pun intended, for both DC and Marvel.
Yeah. I'm really excited for both. But
Excuse me.
we're about to go into some rumor has it, but the first rumor has it is about Superman. So, Ridge, give us that detail.
Yes, so we only have 2 rumor has it, and the rumor have it 3. Yeah, sorry. Rumor has it is that Superman's movie, the budget on it cost after advertisement and the production and all that combined is sitting at $400 million. So hopefully it makes more than that in its time in the theater,
For it
or
to
else
be,
that will be
for it to be
very bad.
for it to be successful, they're looking at it like they have to be looking at getting almost like at least 800 million. Because they always say like if the movie doesn't double, then it's a failure.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
I hope it's a $1 billion movie. Like I can see it being a $1 billion movie. So that's just
my only issue with it definitely has the potential, but it also is sitting. You have the new Jurassic Park or World, whatever Jurassic movie they're doing,
yeah.
comes out beforehand. Not that long after, you have Superman. And then not that long, just a couple weeks later or a week later, you have Fantastic Four coming out.
Yep.
So I think that's going to hurt it being set in the middle of those two. But I do think it's going to make a profit for sure.
Yep.
I'm confident in it.
I am too.
So we'll see once we get there. But yeah, $400 million for that movie. That's insane.
I believe it.
And I know I just seen here recently, I don't know if you guys have seen the advertisements that they've been doing, but in Paris, at the Eiffel Tower, up underneath it, they put a giant Superman logo on a banner that wherever the light shines on it, you have a giant shadow of the Superman logo on the ground.
That's cool.
So you know that in of itself cost an arm and fucking leg to have place there. And they also did in over the Golden State Bridge, right?
Yeah.
They did a drone show over it with the Superman logo as well.
They also projected it and changed the colors of the Empire State Building. Like they projected the logo on the Empire State Building and made the colors blue and red and stuff like that.
So yeah, they've been spending an arm and leg for their advertisements.
Yeah.
For Superman. I mean, like I said, we can only hope that it makes back what it spent.
Yeah. All right, so on to the next streamer has it, and I'm ecstatic about this one. And boys, Mikey, Caleb, especially you, Mikey, y'all gonna love this shit. So, the next rumor has it is, if you don't know, we are getting a new Power Rangers show coming to Disney Plus, Hulu. It's probably going to end up just being Disney Plus because Hulu is about to be fully owned by Disney anyways. But
they already are.
Right. So here's the thing. They apparently pitched the story to the studios for this show. And it sounds amazing. So originally we thought we was going to get a complete remake. Like a new story, new team type thing, right? Which we're more than likely going to get. But here's the thing. The pitch story that they are apparently pitching, and, take it with a little bit because I don't fully remember, but it looks like it's going to be set not like too much in the future, but a little bit ahead to where that there hasn't been a Power Rangers team in so long that people had forgot about them. And so this is not going to be a complete reboot. This is going to be a soft reboot. So they're looking at people forgot who the Power Rangers were, and apparently it's going to tie in to be like more of a like detective style, it's going to be more teen-esque, but it's going to be directed by the same guy who did the Percy Jackson series, the new one. So it looks like they're looking to go for not like a completely dark one, but like just a little bit more dark and more detective style, and which could possibly lead into like cameos from other people and stuff like that. But it sounds stupid exciting for me, man. Like I've always said that. Yeah, we got the 2017 Power Rangers, and I think it was phenomenal. But like, we're getting a fresh new team. It's not going to be a remake of the Mighty Morphin team. It's not going to be a remake of another team. It's going to be a completely new team, new suits, new story. However, and it's gonna take place in the same universe, just later on down the line. And I think that sounds like music to my ears, man. Like, I'm super stoked about that. So, Mikey, I know you're a big Power Rangers fan, so I want to get your take on what you think about that.
Interesting. That's what I would give it in a word. Interesting. Of course, like with many other things, I love Power Rangers, but I approach this with deep-seated feelings of hesitation because there's always this. There's when it comes to media and things I love, I'm always going to be like, oh God, don't ruin it, please. When it comes to the things I love, I always get really nervous about it because I'm like, oh God, oh no, please. So it's very easy for me to feel a lot of anxiety towards new takes on stuff I know. But that is the price of change. That is the price of progress and a lot of things. I mean, so if something stays static forever, it's always going to be the same. And at some point, you'll get tired of it. That's just the way it goes.
Yeah.
I think it has the potential to be something really cool. My only fear is if it's done wrong, I'll never forgive anyone ever again for anything.
Nah. But my thing is
So-
like with Disney back at the helm. I mean, if you're like me and Mikey, some of our my favorite series of Power Rangers is a Disney, product. I mean, Dino Thunder. I mean, fucking Ninja Storm. All those fantastic. I mean, SPD. All those fantastic series that they done. Disney is back at the helm, and we can get some really great shit. But like Mikey said, we can get some shit that just ruins it for us, And I pray to the Lord above that they don't fuck it up, but we'll just have to see what it goes, what happens. Caleb, what do you think about it?
I think it's interesting to see them want to do a continuation, like a passing of the torch, continue on kind of thing. Of course, proceed with caution. You don't want to ruin something that's a long-standing, precious thing. But, I assume we'll probably hear more about it, about when it'll be showing up next year.
Yeah, probably.
That's what I'm assuming. So right now, I just don't feel like we have enough information to say this is good, this is gonna suck, this is gonna be awesome, this is terrible. I don't think there's a real way to have a good any kind of opinion about it until we know a little more into what they're wanting to do. I think so. We'll just have to, like y'all said, just kind of wait and see what they do with it.
Ridge, what do you got?
I'm going to be the one that goes opposite of what you said, Caleb, because even though we don't have a lot of information, it can always be great. Or it can always be shit. We can always go ahead and predetermine things. Just like how Superman fans or non-fans and MCU haters want to shit on things without watching it.
Right.
So, but with that being said, I'm not saying that I'm here to shit out on it. I say it's a great idea to jump ahead. I say that this is an idea, kind of like another certain topic that we're going to get into, should also take some pages from and jump into the future themselves. So I like the idea of jumping ahead and having people forget, oh, there used to be Power Rangers around. I thought it was a fucking myth. I've never heard of it until now. Or, oh, they're back. Cool, So I think that's a really good idea to have them jump ahead like that. That's my big thought on it. Is let's make it seem like a myth.
My thing that I'm like what I love about the idea so much is, you know how we got all those people who think like a rated R Power Rangers thing would be great. And it's like, yeah, it could appeal to some audiences, but we're looking at the Power Rangers. We're talking about a group of people, no matter who, what team, or what generation it was, that kids have looked up to for years. I mean, hell, if it wasn't for the Power Rangers, I wouldn't have that great of a childhood. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, Power Rangers is like that to me, and it's like, I love that they're looking at making it somewhat darker without making it too much for kids. You know what I mean? Like if you want to watch something like Power Rangers related that's rated R, just look up Power/Rangers, that fucking unofficial fan film. I mean, that, you know, you can get your fix on that. But, you know, there's no need for over the top gory, no, like over the top language, over the top stupid shit in Power Rangers. So I think the way that they are pitching to do it, because it's not official yet, but the way they are pitching to do it, it just seems like, to me, the perfect idea for the franchise. So that's just my personal opinion. But on to the next. Rumor has it, looks like Sir Dave Filoni is apparently in talks to be the co-president or co-runner of Lucasfilms with who, Ridge?
Miss Carrie Beck.
Yeah, but
she also, they've worked together before. Like on the Mandalorian, I'm pretty sure those two have worked together, so they have a slight chemistry together. And I'm pretty sure Carrie would be more so over the financial sides and some other decisions. Meanwhile, Dave Filoni would be over, of course, the creative side, kind of like what the DCU is doing right now.
Right.
Now
here's the kicker, boys. Listen to this dumb shit that Ridge is about to say about what they're worried about Dave Filoni. Go ahead.
The only setback allegedly to some quote unquote insiders in the company, they say that Dave Filoni, or they are worried that Dave Filoni is too steep into the Star Wars lore.
Huh?
They are technically saying that.
Excuse me?
They're technically saying that Dave Filoni, they're afraid that he knows too much about Star Wars to make Star Wars.
Too deep into Star Wars lore.
Good Lord.
How the fuck can you be too steep in the lore of Star Wars and that be an issue when you're going to take over?
This is the man
That's
that
the most...
George Lucas himself chose.
You're supposed to be deep in the lore on this shit.
That is the most mentally unstable logic I've ever heard in my life about that. That's crazy, dude.
You're supposed to know the backgrounds. You're supposed to be able to go sit down and talk to George Lucas whenever. From what I've heard, anytime that he sits down with George Lucas, one of the last things that George Lucas says, though, to him is, remember that this is for the kids.
Yeah.
So, if he's the one that's going to sit down with George Lucas, no shit he's going to be steep in the lore of Star Wars, because he sat down and talked with the man who created the shit.
Right. And the thing is, these are the same dumbasses that made the Acolyte, that made bleeding a lightsaber just gently caressing a little girl's hand. Like, come on, bro. Like, this is the guy who George Lucas himself would choose. Like, we all know that.
Now listen. Will I admit that I'm not 100% set in stone on him taking over creative fully right now? Yeah, kind of. My only reason why is because if y'all don't remember, whenever he stepped in to direct a Mandalorian episode,
oh God, yes,
he put up a post saying that he don't know what the fuck he's doing right now. So you're having someone that hasn't directed that much, and that hasn't been over movies that much at all, if any.
That's my thing.
Being to be over creative.
If my thing is if he's over creative, right? Why don't we get somebody who does have directing chops like Jon Favreau?
He's not going to do it. From the way it sounds, he is, after his contract's up with Star Wars, he's gone.
Damn.
He's tired of the civil war that's going on inside of Lucasfilms. He's tired of how everything's happening. So he wants out.
I don't blame him.
And he's not. The reason why, too, he's not even being looked at as one of these people that could take that role, neither of creative is because of the amount of money apparently that he's making just as a director. He's making the same amount, if not more, whenever he directs movies, than he would being in a creative role. True. So he's fine and dandy without taking on more of a load like that.
Yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong. Filoni probably has some great ideas that he could throw out there. But at the same time, he hasn't been in the director chair that much.
No. The thing, my thing with it is think about this. You know, one storyline that most people want is an Old Republic storyline. Knights of the Old Republic,
Old Republic,
Bane, Malgus, all them.
God, yes.
If anybody could do that, it could be Filoni, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
So fun with jumping into the future.
I mean that too. I mean,
jumping far ahead past the Clone Wars, because let's also be honest, a lot of the things that you see him in, or see that his work has been with, has had to do with the Clone Wars.
Yeah.
Clone Wars itself was with him.
But we don't need an original trilogy-esque thing too. Like, we need something new. Like that's my point. Whether we jump back in time, or whether we jump a millennial, or however far ahead that you want to say, let's jump ahead. Fuck it, why not? But to say, though, to bring it back, to say that he is too steep in the lore of Star Wars, that's nuts,
is
a fucking bullshit thing to say.
Yeah, it's stupid. Straight.
I don't
the
care.
Garbage opinion of someone.
I don't care how much ass kissing people are trying to do with who's in charge right now. Fuck y'all, get y'all's heads out your ass. You know damn well she ain't no good at being the head of Star Wars. She was good as a producer, and she can go off and produce whatever else she wants to. But get the fuck out of Star Wars.
Yep.
And take all of your kiss asses with you on the way out.
And one other thing that I want to see, and I'm sure at least Mikey will chime in on this, and I'm sure everybody will. Please, for the love of God, give us Starkiller. Give us live action Starkiller.
That would be great.
Look, besides the people like, you know, Ewan McGregor, Hayden Christensen, and, you know, all those fantastic people who have been in this franchise, somebody who is beloved by Star Wars fans is Sam Witwer. You know, Starkiller, and he does the voice of Maul in the animated series. And it's like, this man is one of the biggest Star Wars fans when it comes to, like, minus Filoni and all them. Like, this guy knows his shit. And even, like, I don't care if it's canon, bro. Like, just give us something with Starkiller.
and I be a doo-doo dunderhead on this?
Go ahead. I don't care, man.
No. We don't need him. Because if we have him, don't get me wrong, would love to have seen him in live action, but we are past that now. Or I'm past it. Because it's still sitting in the same lore that we have now with Darth Vader, and it's still set in the same time frame. Like the character of Cal, was it Cal Kestis?
But they could. I was gonna get to that. They could still bring him into Ahsoka season 2.
But again, it's just one of those things. I'm tired of where we're at.
I understand that. I agree.
We need to either jump way back or jump way forward.
I agree.
Let's get out of this small area that we're in, because we've gone through all the Skywalkers or whatever the fuck else you want to call it, with, you know, all these, everything that we're in right now. We've explored it as much as I want, as much as I think we need to. Do I think that you could continue to explore it? Absolutely. But guess what? Put those in video game forms, put them in comic book forms, and put them in books.
Yeah.
And let's jump ahead or jump way back to something that we haven't explored at all. That's not connected to Darth Vader at all. That's not connected to Han Solo at all. That's not connected to Kylo Ren at all, or Rey at all. Let's get past these characters. Let's get past this little tight-ass timeline that we're in.
Yeah.
Even with Andor, we're past all that timeline now. Let's get out of this, because we feel like we're in a fucking box.
Yeah.
Or I feel like I'm in a box with it. Let's get past it. And one way to get past it is to get you know who out of fucking control.
And,
Yeah.
Can't believe it.
and last
Can't
thing.
believe it. Voldemort.
And the last thing about Star Wars, I'm gonna say, we need Battlefront 3.
Yes.
I don't care what anybody says. Battlefront 2 is an amazing game. I'll still play it to this day. Battlefront.
I thought
3,
Battlefront 1 was good.
Listen, I know I said that I was done talking about Star Wars, but whenever it doesn't have to do with when it don't have to do with the certain people, I'll talk about it a little bit.
Kathleen Kennedy.
But and whenever it comes to still stupidity like that, I'll talk about it a little bit. But other than that, until she's out, I'm done with watching Star Wars.
I understand.
I'll watch I'll talk about it a little bit whenever it comes to Dave Filoni, because I'm rooting for that guy. But man, everything else, I'm done with it.
Now, we're about to get on a really sensitive subject, boys. And I'm sorry this is one of the last things we're going to talk about, but we got to.
I'm not sorry I did it.
So, it looks like we officially have a white Black Panther.
Oh my God.
Ridge, what was his name?
Okay, I think I'm saying it correctly. I'm not 100% sure, because it's still an odd name, but his name is Chetima.
But either way, old Chetima, whatever his name is
Hold up. I'm so sorry. The new Black Panther's name's Chet.
Chetima.
Chetima.
The
new
blonde-headed, blue-eyed,
Yep.
and his name's Chet.
Yep.
Caucasian.
You can throw Atuma at the end of it all you want. His name's Chet.
Chet, you betcha, y'all.
So
You bet your ass this is bog nuts. What?
And looking at the looking at the picture of him, did they just in picture fucking Hayden Christensen as fucking Black Panther? Like,
I
No
don't
disrespect to
know
Hayden Christensen.
what they did. What I know is that he shows up in the Black Panther suit. They didn't change the suit color, but he shows up in the suit to challenge T'Challa.
that's fucked.
Beats T'Challa, takes his mask off to reveal his face as this, and addresses T'Challa, though, as father. And T'Challa addresses him as son.
The fuck?
What?
And no
I have
shit.
a great-
You
I
guys
have a
can
great-
look this up.
I have a great many questions.
Okay.
Most of them are what and why.
So I can't remember the lore exactly, but apparently it has to do with in this area. It was this woman that T'Challa was with, had a child or was with child whenever they met. The father wasn't there, and T'Challa stepped in to be the father to this boy. But whenever he went back to Wakanda, he couldn't be seen. This boy couldn't be seen with his father.
Right, because he's from the mountains of Caucasus.
Right. Pretty much. So
Why don't they? Can we like? They're just, like, what's the new line of the Black Panther called? Colonized Panther. Like,
so
Can't he just be the white tiger and we all move on?
right.
I don't technically know, because that it's another character in of himself. That's even a different culture, I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken.
I know.
I think
who the
you're
white
thinking
tiger
of
is.
the White
I know
Wolf.
I know
right?
who the white tiger is in canon. I was
White
being an
Tiger.
ass about it.
It's the White Wolf, because White Tiger is the guy from Daredevil.
Anyways, in all fairness, though, the comic I don't know if it's even out yet or not. It's just known that this is coming. It is written by Christopher Priest. Christopher Priest, as white as it sounds, is a black man that wrote this, okay?
I mean,
And from what I've heard,
but this is weird.
From
Could
what
be
I've
that,
heard,
maybe mimic a little bit of his own life. Maybe he, was a guy that stepped in for someone.
well, from what I've heard too, is that he wants to do something out of the norm. Because to him, he's always been put in well, you're black, so shouldn't you be telling the stories of the black heroes for us?
I can get that.
So he says, okay, I'm going to work around it kind of, because I'm going to take this character that you think's one way, but make him completely Ryan Gosling memed. I don't know if y'all have seen that meme, but apparently that's been a meme that's gone around too, of Ryan Gosling being the new T'Challa in the new movies.
Yeah, I've seen it.
If that happened, I'd get up in the middle of the movie and just fight
So-
people.
So I just want to throw it out there that this meme is an actual based around a comic that's coming out, or that's already out. Where the story will go, I don't know. But this is in this certain world or whatever, is T'Challa's son.
That's weird.
So, yup.
All right. Well,
That's the way we're going to end it. All right, guys, bye.
well, actually, we're going to end the podcast talking about Metrophon Con 6,
Yeah.
Next weekend in Dalton, Georgia, at the convention center. We're gonna be there. We're not gonna be there on Friday. We got to work. But on Saturday, we're gonna be there, and we have a panel from 12 to 1, and it looks like it's gonna be in like panel room B. I think that's what it says. From 12 to 1, we're going to be having a panel called "Discussing the MCU with Far Side of the Pod." So, you fans get to come and speak to us in person about the Marvel Cinematic Universe and its future. Yes, we'll talk about some about the past, but I'm sure most of it will be about the future. Like Rich said, we'll talk about Franklin Richards, and we'll probably talk about the possibilities of probably the Mutant Saga and what we expect from Doomsday and Secret Wars and shit like that. But either way, we get to discuss the Marvel Cinematic Universe with you guys, face to face, and you guys get to come meet us. We're gonna have our own table, and if everything works out with the table that we're gonna get, we're gonna be able to. We're going to have you guys sign the table as you come and talk to us. So if you come and talk to us, whether you know us or not, we might ask you to sign our table. So we're excited to see you guys. We're excited to be a part of this yes, we've been to cons as guests, but to be an actual part of the convention this time, just something special, man. This is
We're grateful.
This is something I never expected us to be able to go to the big conventions that we already get to go to, but to be a part of a convention, to have our own panel.
Let alone to have a panel, man. Yeah.
To think about this is this is right before a year. This is pretty much our year special in a way. To think about it, in under a year, we are hosting our first official panel at a convention, and we're guests. We are a part of the convention, and not just people there covering it. So, this means more than anybody can ever think of to us. Get all the legends that are going to be there, from Lex Luger, Billy Gunn, Ron Simmons.
Oh yeah, Ron Simmons. Damn.
And Austin St. John and the girl that played Trini's daughter in the Forever and Always special, the little girl that plays Leia in Obi-Wan. So many people are going to be there, man, and it's just going to be a great fucking time, and we cannot wait to see you guys, and we cannot wait to interact with you guys. So,
yeah, we're all pumped.
Ridge, you got anything to say about the convention?
Look forward to seeing you fuckers there if you decide to show up. If not, you're bitch. I'm just kidding. I don't love every single one of you. I don't even know who you are. People!
Caleb, what do you think? Well, you got some words on.
Yeah, we're super humbled by this. This is an amazing opportunity that, didn't have to go to us. We're really appreciative of it. We're definitely blessed, and we're really excited to get to actually meet with some fans, possibly, some people some newcomers that may not know our podcast. Well, we really hope that even though it may seem, even though an hour may seem like a kind of short time to really, really talk about the MCU, I hope that we can urge everybody to have a great time. Just be comfortable. We're all normal people. Let's just have let's have a great time. Let's talk some crazy nerd shit about the MCU, its future. Let's just have a good time, and we're excited to be down there, guys. 12 o'clock sharp.
Yep. Mikey, what you got?
It's gonna be a screamer.
Now, guys, for real, even if you come back to this podcast episode after you've met us, we can't wait just interact with everybody and get more people to come listen to us, and just to meet everybody and just show how appreciative of the fans that we are. And I can't stress enough how thankful we are. So thank you, Metrotham Con, ahead of time, and I'm sure we'll give you plenty of thanks while we're there and afterwards. So we can't wait. But yeah, that looks like it's the end of the episode, guys. if you made it this far, like we always say, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Hell, if you got to grab a phone member of a family member or a friend and just put us in there, just do that, man. Maybe one day they'll stumble upon a video and be like, huh, what the hell is this? And listen to a bunch of dumbasses talk. So,
Leave a fart in the comments, guys.
so yeah, just leave us some love. And we, like I always say, we love and appreciate you guys. But I think that's it for the episode, guys. So we'll see you later.
Bye bye.